Hello, grade 9 learners! Today, we are featuring the enchanting Acacia Tunnel located at National Highway, Barangay Inagawan, Puerto Princesa City. It is one of the best examples of the bountiful rainforest in Puerto Princesa and in the province of Palawan. Diversity of flora and fauna are found in this area. The acacia trees cradle these organisms and support their lives as it provides shelter, food, and their desired energy. Join me as we learn and discover the world of science. I am your teacher Noemi, and today, let us explore the wonder of things happening around us. So sit back, get ready with your pen and paper, and have fun learning. At the end of this lesson, we will be able to describe the parts involved in photosynthesis. Describe the process of plants in making food. Are you excited? Let's start our new learnings and enjoy! Before we continue, let us answer first these questions. What you are going to do is to choose the letter of the correct answer from the given options. You have 5 seconds to answer each question, and when you hear this, that means the time is up. Get ready and let's start! Directions. Read the questions carefully. Choose the letter of the correct answer. Question 1. Oxygen and carbon dioxide are gases that cycle out in the ecosystem. Which of the following gases is important to photosynthesis? A. Carbon dioxide. B. Oxygen. C. Ozone gas. D. Water vapor. Question 2. Plants make food by utilizing water and carbon dioxide. Which of the following substances is the origin of oxygen released by the plants during photosynthesis? A. Carbon dioxide. B. Ribulose 1,5-biphosphate. C. Sugar. D. Water. Question 3. Which of the following cell parts does photosynthesis takes place? A. Chloroplast. B. Chlorophyll. C. Mitochondrion. D. Ribosome. Question 4. The first process of photosynthesis is the light-dependent reaction, followed by light-independent reaction. Which of the following is or produced during light-dependent photosynthesis? A. ADP only. B. ATP only. C. NADPH and ATP. D. NADPH only. Question 5. Plants are producers because of their capability to make their own food. Which of the following help them to gather energy from the sun? A. Chlorophyll, B. Chloroplast, C. Cuticle, D. Epidermis. Check your answers on the screen. 1A, 2B, 3A, 4C, 5A. How's your score? Did you get a perfect score? If yes, that's great. If no, don't worry. As we go on with this lesson, we will deepen your understanding so you can get a higher score at the end of this episode. Don't forget to take down all important details for you to be guided and cope with the lesson. When lockdown started due to COVID-19 pandemic, many people get fancy of gardening and collecting different varieties of plants. Are you one of those who become plantito and plantita? Do you know that the role of plants in the ecosystem and your community? Plants are food manufacturers. They produce food not only for themselves, but also for other organisms as well. Do you know how plants make their own food? How do plants convert stored food energy into body energy? This lesson will give you information on plants' food-making process, referred to as photosynthesis, which makes the flow of energy in the ecosystem possible. Photosynthesis is the process where plants and other autotrophic organisms make food for the consumption of the ecosystem. Typically, it takes place in the leaves where chlorophyll is found. Let us be familiar with the internal parts of a leaf which play an important role in plant food production. Let's take a little tour on what's inside the leaf and see the basic parts that take very important roles in photosynthesis. This is the cross-section parts of a leaf. Upper and lower epidermis that protect the leaf. Stomata, the tiny pores that serve as the entry and exit points of gases. Mesophyll sponge layer that contains chlorophyll. Vascular bundles, xylem transport water, while phloem transport food. The thick middle part, enclosed by the epidermis, are the palisade tissues. Let's take a peek on what's inside. The palisade cells are one of the most important parts of the leaf. It is consist of 5 main parts: cell wall, vacuoles, nucleus, cytoplasm, and of course, the chloroplast. Let's explore what's the inside of this organelle to see the parts that are involved in the first phase of photosynthesis. These are the parts of the chloroplast. The most significant parts are the thylakoids. These are cylindrical stalks of disc-like structures named grana. This is the main platform of the light-dependent reaction. Were you able to remember them all? Very good! Now, let us look at the structure of a chloroplast, which serves as the site of photosynthesis. Chloroplast contains the green tint chlorophyll that absorbs light. Other parts include the outer and inner membrane, intermembrane space, stroma, and granum, which consists of filed thylakoids. Do you know how the process of photosynthesis transpires? The process of photosynthesis has this chemical equation. Carbon dioxide and water, through the help of light energy trapped by the chlorophyll, will result in the production of glucose and oxygen. Generally, the process of photosynthesis occurs in two stages: the light-dependent reaction, or the light reaction, and light-independent reaction, also called Calvin cycle or dark reaction. Let us deepen your understanding on the two stages of photosynthesis. Photosynthesis involves two significant sets of reactions. Both of the reactions happened inside the plant cells, specifically inside the chloroplast. These two sets of reactions are called the light-dependent reaction and the dark reaction, or the Calvin cycle. The light-dependent reactions happen in the thylakoids. The photosystems in the membrane of the thylakoids contain a special pigment known as the chlorophyll that captures light energy that breaks down water molecules to excite high-energy electrons, producing oxygen molecules and H+ or protons that play a significant role in driving the flow in the electron transport chain, allowing the protein ATP synthase to spin, converting the energy from the sun to chemical energy known as ATP. Some of the hyped up electrons in the electron transport chain are then transported in the stroma through electron carriers NADPH. These byproducts, ATPs and NADPH, are being supplied in the metabolic pathway in the stroma. These molecules are then utilized to fuel the Calvin cycle reactions. Light-independent reaction, or the dark reaction. The light-independent reaction, or Calvin cycle, happens immediately in the stroma after the light reaction produced ATP and NADPH. The dark reaction occurs even without light. Instead, it uses products from the light reaction. It is the stage where carbon dioxide is converted into sugar. The dark reactions, or the Calvin cycle, reduce carbon dioxide molecules in complex cycle reactions to produce the carbohydrate glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. The cycle involves three steps: the CO2 fixation process, reductions forming pGAL molecules, which utilizes the ATP and NADPH molecules from the light-dependent reactions, and the regeneration of that 6-carbon molecule that interacts with carbon dioxide. In the first and second steps, the first two steps have to cycle 5 times in order to produce a 3-carbon molecules, glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Lastly, the formation of glucose molecules from the glyceraldehyde molecule. The cycle has to run 6 times in order to produce glucose, which then serves as the food for the plants. The excess glucose is then produced as fruits, root crops, or starch. All organisms rely on this vital process to continue the existence of life on Earth. From the food that gives us energy to the oxygen that carry out the process of respiration. Still enjoying our lesson? Let us now have an activity. Directions. Label the parts of a chloroplast and the internal structure of a leaf. Choose your answer from the pool of words inside the box. Scan the QR code on the screen to have a copy of an activity sheet and print. You will be given 1 minute and 30 seconds. Let us now check your answers. Here's the cross-section of a leaf. Cuticle, epidermis, palisade tissues, xylem, phloem, spongy mesophyll, stomata. Here's the parts of the chloroplast: outer membrane, inner membrane, lamella, stroma, thylakoids, granum. Did you get it correctly? If yes, very good. If not, you can still do our next activity. Using your knowledge from the previous activities, complete the concept map below by filling in the needed information. Choose your answer from the terms in the sun rays. Scan the QR code on the screen to have a copy of the activity sheet and print. You will be given 1 minute and 30 seconds. Check your answers on the screen. One, photosynthesis. 2, light reaction. 3, water. 4, oxygen. 5, NADPH. 6, ATP. 7, CO2. 8, Calvin cycle. 9, sugar. You did a great job in answering the activities. Because we are finished with our discussion, let us take note some of the important concepts we have learned for today. In the process of photosynthesis, plants and other chlorophyll-containing organisms manufacture food, not only for themselves, but also for other living organisms. Carbon dioxide and water are the raw materials of photosynthesis. Through light energy that drives the process, glucose is produced, while oxygen is released in the atmosphere. Summary of equation for photosynthesis is as follows. Carbon dioxide and water, through the help of light energy trapped by the chlorophyll, will result in the production of glucose and oxygen. Before we end our episode, let us have a short quiz to test if you really understand our lesson for today. You can also use your learning activity sheets and join us in answering the Let's Assess part. Are you ready? So let's start! Directions. Read the questions carefully. Choose the letter of the correct answer. Question 1. What is the source of energy needed in photosynthesis? A. Carbon dioxide. B. Chlorophyll. C. Sugar. D. Sun. Question 2. What will happen if adenosine triphosphate and nicotinamide adenine dinucleotide phosphate hydrogen are already used up at night? A. Glucose production will stop. B. Less carbon dioxide will be used. C. Less oxygen will be produced. D. Water molecules will split to form electrons. Question 3. A vegetable farmer wants to increase his harvest. Which of the following conditions should he consider? A. The kind of soil only. B. The location of the plots only. C. The amount of water only. D. All of the above. Question 4. Which of the following materials are cycled out by the chloroplast and mitochondrion? A. Carbon dioxide, water, oxygen, and ATP. B. Carbon dioxide, water, sugar, and oxygen. C. Sugar, water, oxygen, and ATP. D. Sugar, water, sunlight, and oxygen. Question 5. Oxygen and carbon dioxide are gases that cycle out in the ecosystem. Which of the following gases is important in photosynthesis? A. Carbon dioxide. B. Oxygen. C. Ozone gas. D. Water vapor. Check your answers on the screen. 1. D. 2. A. 3. D. 4. C. 5. A. Congratulations, grade 9 learners! I am glad that we are able to finish the task in our lesson. If you have questions, you may ask the assistance of your science teachers. For your additional task, answer the following questions. Do research on why variegated plants are expensive compared to normal plants. How will you connect it with the process of photosynthesis? With that, we have learned how plants play an important role in regulating oxygen needed in the continuity of life and absorb carbon dioxide to keep Earth's carbon concentration balanced and atmosphere cool. I hope all of you enjoy our wonderful learnings in this episode. Keep discovering and continue exploring. For our next episode, we will discover how food is broken down to release energy in the process called respiration. Once again, I am your teacher Noemi. See you again in the next episode of Puerto Princesa Dream TV.